Welcome back to our Baggies Walkway. It's typical West Brom. You wait all this time for lots of goals. Tony Mowbray does it in one game, 5-1 against West Brom. We're reviewing that game and we're giving some Diangana love alongside it as well. Welcome to 20 minutes of West Brom chat. The transfer window's closing in a week's time, so what on earth needs to happen to cement this place in the playoffs? And we are choosing our worst ever Baggies defenders that we've seen of all time. Join us for that at the end of the video. Our full team is back. Dan, Aaron and Ben. And Dean is back from his holiday. How was your sunning yourself on the beach, Dino?
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it was as I say, it was the Maldives or Middlesbrough, so I chose the Maldives on this occasion. I still watched it though at 1 o'clock in the bloody morning.
Of course you did. Right. Thank you those for joining us. West Brom are going up. Dan, yeah, this is it now. We're doing that playoffs. You're not going to come out of it now.
Oh, hopefully not. Yeah, just try and cement ourselves in the playoffs now, because I think the top two are just running away with it at the minute.
Okay. Without pouring, obviously pouring sour grapes on, that's not even an expression, but you get what I mean here, Aaron. Pompey put their B team out because they've got a game against Millwall this weekend, which they decided was more winnable. So can we read too much into this 5-1 demolition or not?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good confidence boost, regardless. I mean, obviously we've been crying out for a game where we just batter a team, and that's exactly what we've done. So it's definitely going to do well for the confidence of the players, and it just proves that there are goals in the team, regardless if you've got a striker or not. I think obviously that they didn't play their strongest team. I was quite surprised when they brought Callum Lang on. I thought he would have been starting that game. I think he scored 4 goals. What was it, like not less than a month ago? So I thought, he'd be a nailed-on starter. But obviously, they've got other priorities which mean a lot more to them. But even still, it just looked like they couldn't care. Like they were just, for the first 5 minutes that they had a bit of the play, and then from our goal onwards, it was just an onslaught, and they had absolutely no chance, and they just had none of the ball. It was just complete utter destruction.
Absolutely. Let's talk about some players first of all. Then show that we're getting some praise. Ben, MJ was being put out on Twitter as being back to his best. How did you rate his performance?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, he played like a proper winger. Got himself involved a lot more. Got an assist for a couple of goals, I think, as well. So getting closer to how he was when he was on loan last season. Still not quite the same height as he did last season. Like to see him chip in with a few goals, but he's definitely looks improved. I think he's the type of player that Mowbray is going to really enjoy coaching. So hopefully we see the best out of him from here on in.
Good stuff. This one, Dean Grady was really good yesterday. Glimpses of the special talent he is. We need him when we signed him up because he can be a match winner on his day. Let's give some love to Diangana because he's not had much on this channel this year, has he? Let's be fair. How good was he, Dean?
Very good, sat down. 2 goals, 2 assists. Mowbray's quite clever, he's bigging a lot of the players up at the moment, really, really bigging them up. And Diangana's probably the perfect player for Mowbray, I think. He's giving him a bit of freedom and long may it continue. We'll see.
We've seen 2 games now then, Dan, under Mowbray. What have we learnt?
Well, to be fair, the first game he took charge against Middlesbrough. He can't really comment on his managerial skills just from that one game because I think he had 2 days at the training ground with the squad, so he couldn't really implement the style he wanted. But then going into the Portsmouth game, he had the full week, and I think it just shows the impact that he's already put on the squad with the confidence brimming at the minute, especially with the likes of Diangana as well. He hasn't had the best of seasons so far, but Saturday was probably the best performance he's had so far this season. I mean, even Swift got on the score sheet, so he must definitely be doing something right.
Cheers for that, Dan. Thank you very much. Let's bring in Clint, who runs All Albion Fans on Twitter. I'm sure many of you follow it. If you don't, go and do so. One of 7,000 of you regularly listen to Clint's views. Welcome to Where Baggies Walk, Clint. What's your take on the Mowbray era so far?
Yeah, so far so good. So you can't judge much until last Tuesday, as I think it was Dan said he'd only had one go on the training session, so you couldn't implement things. But Saturday was the best of what we remember from 16, 17 years ago. So as I think you guys said, you can't read too much into it. It's a it's a Portsmouth side who were very poor away, and they changed a few players, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and it was just it was a nice game for us.
Just 1 week, Aaron, we'd like the fan base to be completely positive. We nearly got it. We nearly got it this week, except for this one from James. Palmer's kicking is still terrible. Every week we mention it. Is it still that bad?
Yes. I mean, it's definitely his weakest point of his game. I mean, as a 6-yard goalkeeper, he's brilliant. He's probably the best at shot stopping. But when it comes to distribution, he's a complete. It's the opposite end of the scale. He's probably one of the worst in the league. I mean, you'd think that would be his biggest thing that he would be working on all the time, but it doesn't seem to be the case because obviously there's been no improvement. I think it was quite a thing last year as well, where his distribution was talked about quite a lot in a negative light. So you'd have thought, 12, 18 months down the line, he would have, improved at least a fair bit, but, it doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay. Ben, it's Plymouth Argyle next. First of all, let me go to Dean on this one. A 12:30 kickoff, Dean?
Going down Friday.
Friday night you're heading down.
I'm going as well.
Sorry, Ben, you're going to this one. Let's go to Ben.
Yeah.
What time are you setting off?
5:30, I think, Saturday morning. Yeah.
Is this a potential banana skin? I mean, Plymouth have just got rid of Morgan Whittaker, the bad egg they call him, and now they've got this feel-good factor about themselves again. Should be 3 points, shouldn't it, for you guys?
You'd think so. You'd hope so. Like I said, they're kicking around at the bottom of the league at the minute. This new manager, don't see him up to much, despite his motivational speech he had when he came in. Don't think he's won a game yet. Lost the best player, not in great form, so it's 1-0 Plymouth written all over it, really, hasn't it?
It's so Albion.
Yeah, all the positivity from this week, you can see it coming a mile off. But no, I mean, joking aside, we should have more than enough to get past them comfortably. You'd hope, under a guided team under Mowbray. Now we should have enough. I'd hope.
Okay, all right then. Thanks for that. After that, then the transfer window slams shut for another. Till the summer anyway. Let's have a look at kind of what Sky Sports were reporting in. First of all, Isaac Price was signed since we last spoke to you. Let me get rid of that so we can see Clint. Clint, your impressions of Isaac?
Yeah, again, it was a nice game to come into when we was already I think 4-0 up, 5-0 up. So when he came on, and so it was good. He could come on without massive pressure and just play his game, which was so far so good. I've only seen like half an hour of him or so, but yeah, good start.
Yeah, nice. I see Lewis Dobbins scored for Norwich and had a cracking game for them at the weekend. You can't
yeah,
write
let's not compare that. I hope it doesn't end up the same as that.
You like your old Everton strikers, Everton players, don't you, Dan? What needs to happen for you then, Dan? We are what 6 days away from it closing. What do you expect to happen in addition to what's already gone by the wayside?
To be honest, we've been crying out for another striker for years and years. I mean, we have got Madger, but he's out now for a couple of months. God knows when DK is going to come back, and if he does stay fit, brilliant. If not, I think it might be time to call it a day with him. But yeah, we do need another striker. I'm not even going to mention Cole. I tried to defend him at the start of the season because he hadn't been getting any games, but he's like a Sunday League striker. As soon as that ball gets to him, he just bangs you straight off him. You just can't keep hold of it. So I'm disregarding him at the minute. But yeah, we just need another striker. Maybe another number 10, just someone who can just carry the ball forward and open up the space and create more chances and maybe get a goal or two.
Okay. Every time on this channel we talk directly to Sheila Patel, something seems to happen. Last time it was Dean asking them to appoint Mowbray. 2 days later it happened. So come on, Aaron, talk directly to Mr. Patel. Tell him what you want him to do.
I mean, I can echo Dan what Dan's saying. It's a striker and a number 10, really. I think the attacking part of our game. I mean, obviously we scored 5 the weekend, so it probably concludes my point a little bit, but it's still. I still think we need a striker. I think we need the bodies up front. Cole isn't up to scratch. I mean, I think that's the general consensus between the majority of Albion fans. Obviously, as Dan said as well, Madge's out for a little bit. DK cannot be really reliable when it comes to his fitness. Obviously, it's not his fault. He's been very unlucky with injuries, but you still need the bodies up front. You still need someone who can put the ball in the back of net consistently. And I don't think you'll get that sort of performance against 90% of the teams in this league that we performed against Portsmouth the last weekend. So, it's definitely something we need to address. I think, as Dan said as well, we've been calling out for a striker for God knows how long now. I think we've needed someone who can it's just about putting the ball in the back of net. Just someone who doesn't need 3 touches to score a goal. That's all you want, really. And number 10 as well would be nice. Someone with a bit of creativity. I think John Swift is in my opinion, he's a Mowbray player. I think he enjoys players who like being on the ball. Have the ability to create something out of nothing. But John Swift is a bit unreliable again. I think his consistency is a worry. I think when he's on it, don't get me wrong, he's one of the best players in the league in my opinion. But when he's off it, which is more often than not, he's not. So it's something I think we need to address.
Clint, you tweeted out that I think for the 4th goal there was something like 40 passes. Was there in the build up to it? So
yeah, someone put that out and I counted myself and it was bang on 40. So I'm surprised it hasn't been all over on social media, like the non-biased sites and that, because 40 passes leading to a goal that puts you 4-0 up before half time is just dream stuff for us. Yeah.
So you actually don't need any of these players they're talking about, do you? If you can play like Barcelona, surely.
With respect to Portsmouth, I don't think we're going to be playing that level every week. So we definitely do need a striker to echo what Dan and Aaron said. We know that. We don't know how long DK's going to be out. Madges, hopefully we'll have him towards the end of the season, but you can't really rely on that. So we definitely need whether it's a player probably on loan. Maybe it'll be a good thing that Mowbray's come in and, results like a manager might see how we played on Saturday and be like, yeah, great, we'll send a striker there. He's going to get game time. He's going to enjoy his football. So we might get a good one, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. Just finally, Ben, how good is it to see him back in the dugout? Was it emotional?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, felt like it was 2007 again. A comfortable home win like it was back in the day before, pushing teams aside, positive football. It was a really, really good day. And I think there's more positive stuff to come. Talked about Diangana and Swift, Wallace, all really encouraging. And I think that if there's ever a man to get the best out of Diangana, it's Tony Mowbray. See what he did with Diallo at Sunderland a few years ago. Did it with Dimansi Camera 16 years ago. Us really got the best out of them type of players, and hopefully that continues with him and others.
And finally, do you know the atmosphere at the Hawthorns we've commented on has been a bit crap this season? How was it? How was it against Portsmouth? Are we back to the bouncing?
It was exactly the same, to be honest.
Oh, right, okay.
So we scored again. And it was flat within seconds after each goal. To be honest, I thought I was up the Bromley Road and. Yeah.
Do you know what you need? I remember visiting as an away fan when T-Mobile sponsored West Brom, and they gave out these giant pink hands, which the whole crowd had. It was stupid, but it made you loud and it made you smack the things.
I think
the
that
T-Mobile
escape season.
Yeah, I know. I mean, God, one of my worst.
That was the Great Escape season. That was them pink hands.
Was it? Yeah, I remember we lost 4-0 around Boxing Day. It was the most coldest we've ever been. Worst away day in my life at the Hawthorns. Right. Thank you very much, you lot. Before we go, we're making the worst ever West Brom side of the last couple of weeks. We've stuck a goalie in. We've got 2 bad strikers last week, so now we need a back line. Bit of fun this week because January's rubbish to help us get through the month. We've got Clint to help us with this one. Sorry to drop this on Clint. So we were asking the worst ever defenders that you've seen for West Brom. I think we could probably get 4 out of the 5 of you, I hope. Who wants to kick this off? Any left backs out there?
Lee Peltier.
Okay.
Tanino, was it Tanino?
Oh, God, yeah, I remember him.
Joe Matip play on the left, did he?
I rated him. I did,
He
Joe.
wasn't too bad, was he? He wasn't too bad, was he? I can't remember.
It was just his personal life that was a problem.
Right backs.
Yeah,
Andre Wisdom.
Scott Darton, it's probably before your time, 93-4. He got lynched by the crowd as well, which didn't help his confidence, but he was pretty bad.
Okay. Any more?
Who was that bloke
ones?
that Darren Moore signed in the 18, that Jamaican lad? Who was that? He ended up in what was his name?
A fullback.
Yeah, fullback. Yeah, he played right. He's playing right on the right hand side. I can't think of his name for the life of me.
If you're on about tossing,
No, not tossing.
that's all right.
Doing all right. That's for Chelsea.
Oh, the Tyrone
King?
Mears.
Tyrone Mears, that's the one.
Tyrone Mears.
He was
Tyrone
actually
Mears.
Yeah. Good shout.
He was
Sorry.
bad, yeah, he was bad.
Got Derby, mate, wasn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
We just need the centres. We need the centre halves.
Yeah,
Diego
Iguana.
Iguana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
why I got down
Case
here.
closed.
For that one game at Villa Park, if nothing else.
Bongler weren't absolutely ruined him.
And then Ryan Dunk.
Does Ali Gabar count?
He just needed an EY at the end of his name.
I got Kevin Steggles as well, I guess, before your time, and it was awful.
Right. Well, that didn't take long at all. You didn't struggle at all. The worst ever West Brom.
Says it all, don't it?
It just says, oh, yeah. Let us know in the comments below if they've missed any. And, of course, join us next week as we are finishing off this little jaunt as we go around the midfield of West Brom the last 20 years and put in the juggernauts and the oil tankers and the least dynamic players we've ever seen. Join us for that. We're also picking our January Player of the Month next week, and we're going to review the Plymouth game as well. So join us for that. Enjoy your trips, Ben and Dean, to the South Coast. And we'll see you hopefully safely back in 7 days' time. Clint, thank you very much for joining us. Do follow all Albion fans. We'll put the link in the description below and follow Clint's amazing content there. And of course, we'll see you hopefully back in 7 days' time after you press the subscribe button and the like. Cheers for watching.